Say you want to eat an orange, and you're super excited about it. But you think to yourself, is that object actually an orange, or is it something else? Perhaps my senses are fooling me. Perhaps that object isn't actually an orange. It only appears to be an orange. Therefore, it isn't safe to eat. An anti-realist might contend that the orange does not, in fact, actually exist. At least, not in the form that it appears to exist. Anti-realism is the philosophical position that true knowledge must be self-proving. It cannot be derived from observation about external reality because all observations are filtered through our own potentially faulty senses and cognition. In this example, since I must look at the orange with my eyes and feel it with my hands, I can only understand the orange through the medium of sensation. I can never truly understand the orange as it actually is. The reason anti-realism is even a topic is because of the philosophical discussion of how we obtain knowledge, epistemology. How can we know whether a statement is true? This true implies that there is an objective reality that exists outside of our perception of it. If I have a box with a pie in it, but I close the box, the pie still exists outside of my perception. But does it? Now, there are different degrees of anti-realism, and the most extreme one would actually answer no to this question. Metaphysical anti-realism contends that the world does not actually exist beyond our perception of it. A more moderate form is scientific anti-realism, which contends that we cannot view and thus understand the world as it actually is, because we are viewing it through the lens of our senses. If you think about it, everything you know about everything entered your mind by way of your senses. We have biological mechanisms that inform our brains as to the nature of the world around us. Scientific anti-realism rests on the assumption that we cannot know for sure whether our senses accurately describe the world as it actually is. For all we know, our eyes might not be picking up the sparkling unicorns that cause magnetism. So we instead created a false theory about why some metals are attracted to each other. But why would you ever believe this? Anti-realism is really just a highly pragmatic, critical way of approaching truth. An anti-realist will only believe something unless he knows with absolute certainty that it is true. Since this person cannot be absolutely certain his senses are accurate, he cannot technically know anything. Many anti-realists don't go this far, however, to say an orange isn't actually an orange. Rather, they are very distrustful of hypotheses regarding the unobservable, like atoms, electromagnetic waves, cells, or the solar system. These accepted theories about all of these objects have undergone substantial revision over the history of science. The argument made by anti-realists, therefore, is that one cannot rationally accept, say, the Bohr model of the atom, because it is just another theory that will be disproved. They believe we will never be able to look past the veil of our own perception to see the world in its full reality. Even if anti-realism is correct, and you can't really prove that it's not, this should not affect how we use and apply science. Science itself is the study of patterns. Thus, applied science is manipulating these patterns for a desired outcome. All the technology we enjoy is only possible because of a set of scientific laws and principles, patterns we take to be true. The patterns may lead us to the wrong conclusion about what reality is, but the important part is that they are consistent. Even if we have a false view of the law of gravitation, as long as it is consistent with all the other laws we've found, we can use the law as if it were true. The sheer magnitude of inventions, drugs, and constructions we've made is a testament to the consistency and usefulness of our scientific laws, even if they are prone to being disproved. To conclude, we know by faith that we are commanded to subdue the earth. This implies that we can understand and manipulate creation. So even if we can't understand creation as it actually is, we understand the beneficial effects these manipulations have on us, like eating an orange to please the taste buds. You can go ahead and eat.